welcome back for the second time tonight. I'm saying this to Paranormal Than Normal, but
Mm-hmm.
this isn't your typical episode like before. This is a bracket, and folks, this is the first non-movie bracket we've done this show in 6 months at least. So, besides the one-on-ones, which I'm not counting those, but this is the first bracket we've done in 6 months. It's not movies related, and well, not about movies exclusively. I'll put it that way. God damn it. But I'm happy to be back doing these finally. And yes, it's Royal Rumble night, but for those of us who aren't wrestling fans, because wrestling is not what it was 10, 20 years ago, we are here to talk about some awesome fucking creatures from movies, mythology, fantasy, and everywhere in between. These creatures are freaking amazing. And I want to say there's 36 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's a shitload. God, okay, 6 plans, yeah. There are 38 of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a lot of creatures, and you may be saying, oh, we saw you do this. Yeah, you might have, on Global Strangeness, but these are different people, might be different results, different age ranges, everything's different. And it's going to be fun, so enjoy this as we get started. And of course, I'm joined, of course, by 4 guests to help me make this amazing. My first guest, I'll start to my left here. My co-host from the Asylum, Miss Harley Quinn. Always glad to have my Joker side of me's other half here. So glad to have you here as always. And beneath me, you recognize them, Phil and Lisa from the AHA podcast. They've been on both my shows multiple times for these brackets, and always glad to have them on. And last but not least, in the bottom right corner, wearing the black trunks, John from Three Haunted Podcasts. Yes, it's weird seeing him without his, well, let's not lie, good-looking co-host next to him, but still, let's just enjoy. John's always a fun entertainment as well, so let's keep it interesting, and let's get this shit started off right. And excuse my nasally-ass voice tonight, and goddamn tissue box is empty. But, because I have been getting over a cold for the last week, and it's freaking draining me, but literally. But this bracket's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. And above all, it's going to be weird because it's some weird-ass creatures in this bracket. I will say that to say the least. And we had fun with it the first time we did on Global Strangeness, but I didn't like who won it. So I vowed to do it again in this show just to piss everybody off because they picked the winner just to piss me off. Assholes. So let's have fun with it and pick the right creature to win this, I hope. I hope. I can't say how these things are going to end. I don't control anything here. It's just the way it works. But let's get it started with the funness of it all. And the order for this. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Really do. But the order of this is going to go. Ooh, we have no names starting at the beginning of the alphabet in this one. That's highly irregular. It's going to start. Okay, no. Okay. Harley's going to start it off. I was going to say, I actually get to start one off, and no, never. And it's going to be Harley. It's going to be Harley, myself, John, Lisa, and then Phil gets to bring up the rear, because this is actually the closest first initials we've had in a long time, so interesting. Very makes it interesting. No Aaron to steal first vote like always. So yeah, that's the difference.
Must be all
goddamn
in the hills.
Goddamn him being 2 A's in the beginning of his name. But when your kid walks out on the porch and says, nothing's going on, I promise. Yeah, that's promising.
That's right up there with the quiet 3-year-old.
No. And hey, Facebook user, whoever you are, I don't know who you are, allow StreamYard to show you, but that means Harley gets...
Whoever that may be.
Well, since that works out perfectly because I can put this in order. Oh, it's Bubbles! Yay! We love Bubbles in this podcast. So,
hey, Bubbles.
Hey, Bubbles.
Say hey to Ricky and Julian for us.
Yeah.
Bubble needs to be on our show on the Asylum.
We can make that happen at some point in the future. But. And yes, kids are sus as shit. So yeah, 100%. Like Lisa said, either they're quiet or they tell you not to worry, and that's when you worry. But Harley will get. let Harley start off this first matchup, and yeah, you know what? We're gonna do the play-ins first on this one just to get them out of the way because there's 6 of them for God's
I'm
freaking
annoyed.
sake. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 of them or 7 of them. Jesus, there's a lot of creatures in this, and there's no pictures for these ones, but everybody knows who these ones are, so I'm not too worried about it. Their pictures will be up later when they're actually no, fuck it. We're not doing that because that's gonna fuck the pictures up completely. God damn me for doing things perfectly. But Harley, your first matchup, and I will put this back on screen for now. Your first is that showing for everybody else or just not for me? Can everybody else see a picture or no?
I see the hands. I don't see the creature.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it to hell. All right. Try this again because once you do that, it fucks you. Oh, that's why.
We have that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween stuff.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But
Ooh, what?
yeah, it's such a pretty picture, ain't it? But there we go. Okay, now I can get it again. No. But the first matchup, Harley, is going to be number 73, Rodon from Godzilla mythology, versus number 87, and I really need to zoom all these in ahead of time. I really do. Luck Dragon from the Never-Ending Story. So 2 flying creatures in the first matchup.
I'm gonna have to go with Luck Dragon from the Never-Ending Story.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. See, I personally am not a fan of the Never-Ending Story. I never have been since I was a kid. It just bored the living freaking daylights out
Okay,
of me.
I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
Lisa!
He knows I'm kidding.
And apparently Bubbles would love to be in our show, Harley, so there you go. But, so, I mean, my son is a huge Godzilla verse fan, so I gotta give it to Rodon because he loves Godzilla and all the creatures in it. So, and I always find them amusing, and they will be in a lot of brackets coming up on Paranormal Normal in the future for movies. So, because Godzilla apparently goes through a lot of different movie brackets. So, but that ties it up too and keeps it interesting as it goes down to John. Is it Rodon or Luck Dragon?
This is hard for me. I grew up. My younger brother actually loved Godzilla and would always try to get me to watch all the old shows, and I absolutely hated it. Unlike you, I did enjoy the Never-Ending Story, and we could all use a little luck. So I got to go with the Luck Dragon.
See, when I think of Luck Dragon, everybody's gonna freaking roll their eyes at this because this is me. But when I think of Luck Dragon, I think of Family Guy with Peter riding it and Luck Dragon just saying, "You're too fat, pal. You gotta get off." And eventually, Luck Dragon crashes to the ground. But that's the only thing of Luck Dragon I really think of. I really have to watch Neverending Story again and the sequels just to see if I really can appreciate them and make sure my kids them.
Just watch the original.
Well, yeah, I'll watch the original at some point. And so maybe Casey wants to talk about it even at the movies. We'll see. But that means it's going to be interesting for Phil, depending which way Lisa goes. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Luck Dragon. No,
okay,
no,
sorry, Phil.
Wow, you were all over.
No interest for you, Phil. but which way would you have gone, Phil, if Luck Dragon didn't get swept into the next round here?
What, did we skip John? I thought I was last.
No, he's.
Okay. Okay, John. All right, so
Luck Dragon.
I'm going to go. I know nothing about Never-Ending Story. I'm going to have to go with Rodon.
Now he has to watch the Never-Ending Story with me.
Anybody that's in the orbit of Godzilla has to be, higher.
And Aaron would,
Yeah.
Oh, we all know Aaron's love for Japanese cinema. We all know that, but I think he just put
I'm not a pretty girl.
What is it? My Floating Castle, or whatever the hell it's called? The Hal's Moving Castle. Is that what it is? I think
Hal's Moving Castle. Actually, Philip and I watched that, and he loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched a couple of the movies from that company, the company that makes those animes, and that line animes, and they're really freaking good. They do a great job.
They are.
I forget which
creative masterpieces.
Nettle.
I mean, Grave of the Fireflies and Spirited Away are both amazing movies. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to watching Howl's Moving Castle because I wanted to watch that for a while now.
yeah.
But this next matchup is completely different because it is two horror icons facing each other, and I get to start out. It is going to be number 74, Pumpkinhead from the
Oh,
Pumpkinhead movies versus number 88, my co-host from Maniacal Music Musing's favorite person in the world, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. And because it being my co-host's favorite thing in the world, I have to give it to Leatherface because Chancey would do horrible things to me if I didn't give it to Leatherface, I'm pretty sure. So, but if you know Chancey, you know. But John, which of these horror icons are you going to go with?
All right, I got to do my co-host proud as well. And sorry, Leatherface, but it's Pumpkinhead.
I have yet to see any of the Pumpkinhead movies, and I really have
I
to watch
didn't
them.
like the movie at all, but Ashley absolutely loves it, and like I said, I got to do her proud. So it's Pumpkinhead all the way. Plus,
Gotta
he's
represent.
creepy looking. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. And it ties us up. Makes it interesting as Lisa gets to pick. Is it Pumpkinhead or Leatherface, Lisa?
I think I'm leaning into the Leatherface. Yeah.
Who doesn't like a deranged lunatic that
I've
wears
at
human skin for a
least
face
seen
mask?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Sorry about the cat, guys.
The remake is better than the original. I will say that. But
Mm.
Chancey will crucify me for that, saying it yet again. But
Mm.
that's my theory. But Phil, are you going to tie it up for Harley, or are you going to go for Leatherface as well?
Well, we had the producer or no director of a documentary about the lost Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on, and so I'm read into that legend, and I kind of like
Yeah.
Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
He is. Leatherface is entertaining because, and Leatherface will be coming up a lot more in movie brackets on this show eventually as we get to different categories such as backwoods horror, because that's what it is, backwoods redneck horror. And I don't know, Leatherface. I gotta watch the rest of the movies. I've only seen the original and the remake, and I want to see more of the mythology behind it. I really do, but I want to see more of the mythology behind it. And that means it's going to go down to Harley. Which way would?
well, let's see. Okay, growing up, my mother used to call me Pumpkinhead until she saw the Pumpkinhead movie because
Is there only
I was
one?
born in October. So
Ah,
I'm gonna have to go with Pumpkinhead because I love Pumpkinhead.
all right, which gives Pumpkinhead another pity vote to say. But that means Leatherface will move on to face Luck Dragon in the next round, a battle of the elves. But John gets to start off this next matchup, and it's I guess I would call this an icon movie matchup because it's number 75, Thing from the Addams Family,
Okay.
versus number 89, Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
I mean, this is a no-brainer. Feed me, Seymour. Come on. Audrey too.
Yeah, I'll wait till my turn to give my opinion, but Lisa, which way you want to go?
Dun 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 dun. Okay, I don't know how to do the theme song. Thing. Even I heard that was really bad. To be fair, I went stone deaf.
Stone.
I mean tone deaf. Tone deaf.
Okay.
So you're going with Thing, I assume.
And I've been stoned, so you know, both physically and marijuana. So
Ooh. I thought I just cracked my phone in half. But Phil, which way you want to go? It's all tied up. Is it Thing or Audrey 2?
Well, this is like a really tough first round matchup, really.
Yeah.
You know, so,
It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better in any part of this bracket. Trust me.
yeah. I mean, these are two pretty iconic characters. I'm
Mhm.
going to go with Thing. You know, it was pretty iconic part of the Addams family. You know,
And you haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors.
Well,
He
I-
will.
but I have
Oh, no,
seen
he
this,
won't.
this
Mhm.
iconography. I've seen
Yeah,
this character Audrey over. You know, I've seen it all over the place. So it's part
Yeah.
of pop culture for sure. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what can I say? But I mean, I'll wait. Harley, you gonna go for Audrey and tie it up for me, or you gonna give it to Thing?
I'm gonna go for Audrey because I love Little Shop of Horrors.
Well, fuck. I wasn't expecting you to do that, and it means I'm a tiebreaker here. And I love musicals. I love Little Shop of Horrors. Freaking Steve Martin in that movie is hilarious. And Phil, if you haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors, you need to watch it. Even if Lindley didn't bring it into the freaking 86 rotisserie cinema.
Yeah, he
Upcoming-
hates musicals.
I do hate musicals, but
Mhm.
you know,
But this is more like Sweeney Todd.
yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm about to see it, so I will be introduced to it here shortly, for sure.
Oh, you need to, because just for Steve Martin, if nothing else. Steve Martin's role in that movie is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But my love for Little Shop of Horrors is overshadowed by the love I have for Thing, because Addams Family is one of my favorite movies from the 90s, favorite movie series from the 90s. It's one of my favorite original shows. I love Addams Family completely. And Thing is awesome. To have a hand running around that you could tell what to do and it would help you out with things, like, that's freaking awesome. Like, I want a Thing to help me out with.
Character. Yeah.
And I don't. And for anybody who knows me, I do not mean that in a dirty way in any sense or form. It's just be awesome to have, like, oh, I forgot my phone in the other room. Go grab that for me, and just like, that'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
It's the
I mean,
most
kids are
unique
like that.
character between the Addams Family and the other show, The Munsters. It's the most creative character. It's not like modeled after any monster in the past. It's the most
No.
kind of creative.
It's new,
character.
it's inventive, it's expressive, it shows emotion. I mean,
Well, I will say, if you want to compare it to Munsters, the imaginary dragon was pretty. Not the imaginary, but the invisible dragon was pretty fucking cool. But I can't let that go unsighted. But this next matchup, though, to see who things face in round two is a matchup of the big bad, we'll say. And this is movies versus mythology here. It's number 76, Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars legend versus Typhoeus from Greek mythology, who is one of the Titans and one of the original Greek gods before Zeus or any of them. So this one right here this matchup is not to be swayed at by anybody. And it's going to get started off by Lisa.
Star Wars versus mythology. Star Wars is its own mythology.
So true.
I think that Typhoeus could take Jabba the Hutt down, so I'm going with Typhoeus.
And yes, and I didn't say it, but yes, you can vote for these creatures any way you want. Which ones you think would win the fight, which ones you're more attracted to sexually, whichever way you want to vote, I don't care. It makes
Yeah,
no
I'm
difference to
going
me.
to go with neither sexually here.
Yeah, this isn't a matchup for sexuality. I'm sorry, it isn't.
No.
There's a reason Jabba the Hutt makes Princess Leia be in chains to control her.
Right.
Because she ain't standing by his side regardless, any other way than that. And Nicole, thank you. Appreciate you sharing. Awesome of you. And Nicole says Star Wars, LOL. But that means Phil. Is it Jabba the Hutt or Typhoeus?
Wow. I'd like to be pretentious and high-minded and go with the historical Greek reference, but Jabba the Hutt, I'm going to go with what Nicole said. I'm going to go Jabba the Hutt. Star Wars.
Exactly. And Harley, who I know is not exactly Harley is not a Star Wars fan by any means, but which way are you going to go, Typheus or Jabba the Hutt?
Tytheus.
Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. Thank you, but which means I'm going to go Jabba the Hutt because it's fucking Star Wars, and Jabba the Hutt is the boss. I mean, yes, he gets killed in a very bitch way, but he's the boss. But which way you want to go, John? It's all tied up and come down to you. And I think I know which way, but you're going to go. But
I'm pretty sure you do. We're going Jabba all the way.
I'm pretty sure yes, and yay, Jabba. Nippo pinch Wookie. But yeah, Jabba the Hutt moves on.
Yes.
And that means round two will be a matchup of two very famous different universes in the movie TV universe. So that's going to be interesting. And we have another evil matchup in this next one, and we're down to Phil, which means he gets to start this one off. And it's going to be either number 77, Sauron from Lord of the Rings, or number 91, in the black trunks, Beelzebub.
That's tough.
One of the Knights of Hell himself.
Yeah. There's a time when I thought Beelzebub was just another name for Satan, but that's not true, right? It's like you said, an angel.
He's one of the Knights of Hell, like Abaddon or the other ones I can't think of the name of at this moment. But he's a knight of Hell, which means he was one of the demons that fell with Lucifer in mythology.
Well, I wouldn't want to fuck with anything from hell, so I'm going to go with Beelzebub.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sauron's not from hell. He's just a elf turned bad. But
I like Tolkien, but I don't know. The movies ruined it for me. It kind of took my imagination, what I thought the characters were like. Just kind of sucked it out of my brain.
Went a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it did, and it's I never read the books because they're freaking long as hell, and I just haven't had the time. But I always wanted to read them. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah.
I read them as a teenager.
Like I only read The Hobbit. Full disclosure. So
I read all of them.
Well, that means it's gonna come up to Harley. Which way you going?
This one right here that's on the screen.
Beelzebub gets 2 votes in a row here. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna throw one to Sauron because I think he's a good villain. I think he's a good, basically a good villain for any media, books or movies. He's a good villain, though the movies didn't really show that much of him, I will say. But he is a good villain at the end of the day, and I gotta give one to him. I don't think he's gonna make it out of this round because he didn't the first time either. But and apparently Nicole says Lord of the Rings, and she read them all too. So, but which way do you want to go, John?
This is tough. But again, anything that comes from hell, I really don't want to fuck with. So he's got my vote, Mr. Beelzebub.
Which means Beelzebub does move on. Everybody seems to be scared of hell. I mean, if there is one, I'm going there. So it's all good. But Lisa, which way would you have gone regardless?
I'm going to go Sauron because I'm not particularly afraid of hell, and I feel like the angels were given a bad rep when they fell.
They were. I agree 100% with that. But
bad parenting, that type of thing.
So
exactly.
Was a bad parent. I watched Lucifer, so I have a certain amount of empathy towards them. The TV show is really good if you haven't seen it.
Good show, yeah. I loved it.
Oh, it's an amazing show. It really is.
Yeah.
And
that means
he's kind of hot, so that makes it even better.
Yeah, and you can't beat
Oh,
Trixie. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
oh,
I
I mean
still
that whole
think
that
if
whole.
it had gone on longer, we'd have found out she was something more. You know? Trixie, I don't think she was just a normal human.
I I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I am a few seasons behind that show since Netflix took it over. So
Okay.
I don't know anything about. So I don't know where it's been lately since Netflix took it over. I think I only saw the first season they did,
Is it
but
still running? I
I
thought it
think it's
No,
was.
it's not.
No,
the
they
Oh.
final
finished it
season
with like
ended.
a couple seasons, but yeah.
Like, you made me think things, Jeremy. You made me think things. There was happiness in my
He's
heart.
getting our hopes up, thinking they brought it back.
I
Right.
know, right?
Right. He's doing
What
the
am I
devil's
if not a
work.
dream kid? I mean, shit. But oh god. But that means we're back up on top now, and Harley gets to start off the next matchup. And to see who's on face Beelzebub, it's number 78, the Trolls from Scandinavian folklore, versus number 92, the Thing from The Thing.
I'm gonna go with the thing.
Which means I go next, and I'm giving it to Trolls because I find the lore of Trolls fascinating. I love Trolls in Harry Potter and any other movie source, and I hate The Thing. I hate that freaking movie with a passion. I think it's one of the most boring movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, I literally fall asleep watching it because it was better when Futurama did the same thing for an episode. It was better when Futurama did it. Like, that's how bad that movie is. And see, Nicole agrees with me. She says Troll as well. So, yay. But, prove me wrong here. John, which way you want to go?
I don't know. That picture of the trolls that you showed, they look like little Fraggles from Fraggle Rock, so they don't really scare me that much. I have to go with the thing.
I mean, the only thing about The Thing that scares me is that I killed a dog. The poor dog. Come on
Yeah,
now.
poor dog. Exactly.
But, Lisa, which way you want to go? You going to tie it up for Phil, or are you going to give it to The Thing?
That's it. I'm going to go with the Trolls. And I'm the way you are, Jeremy. It's like, oh, those poor horses in the cowboy movies. My dad's like, what about the dead people? And I said, oh, they'll be back next week. It's the horses. No, the poor horsies.
Yeah, well, trolls will eat a damn horse, so I agree. But
Well,
that
yeah.
means Phil. That means Phil. It's all tied up for you. Is it Trolls or The Thing?
Well, my boss has told me on numerous occasions that The Thing is a classic horror film that I must watch. So I've never watched
It's not.
it for that reason. But so I'm going to go with I found out in my DNA testing that I'm like 1% Scandinavian. Otherwise I'm like all English and Scots. So, but in honor of that, I'm going to go with the Trolls.
Nothing wrong with us Scots. Now, come on now. Nothing wrong with us Scots.
I
But
can't say anything bad about them.
Half of my relatives are 50% Scottish.
that means that the Trolls will face Beelzebub in an ultimate battle next round. But that means we got to go down to some play-in matchups now to determine the next two matchups. And this one's going to get started off by, me. Oh, I'm so happy to start by me. And it's number 101. The Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. Yeah, I know. I don't know why that's considered it's a creature, I guess, so yeah, whatever. But none of the other freaking Sesame Street monsters are on here, so what the hell? But it's going against number 105, the Wampa from Star Wars. And I'm giving it to the Wampa, because Cookie Monster ain't biting nobody's arm off. So I gotta give it to my good friend, the Wampa, who I would like to actually meet and have as a pet. I'm just saying. It'd be awesome. I want to ride to work, but it'd be a long, long trip to work, but I will take it. And John, is it the Wampa or is it Cookie Monster?
All right, I'm going to be a pain in your ass and say Cookie Monster just because nobody gets my cookies, and I agree with him. Just stay away from my cookies; they're all mine.
I mean, ain't no one getting my cookies either. They know better. I'll bite a hand off like the Wampa, but Jesus. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, it's Wampas.
I know, and
Only thing
again, it was Star Wars, but I had to go Cookie Monster. Sorry.
no hurt feelings here over this. Well, maybe we'll see how this goes. But
Right.
Lisa, is it the Cookie Monster or Wampas?
I mean, what are we really going by here? It depends on whether or not there's cookies present. If there's cookies present, Cookie Monster might take the Wampas down. But
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Otherwise, the Wampas would probably win. I mean, after all, it's what, like 12 feet tall?
It's pretty. It's at least 9 foot. I'd say at least 9 foot.
I'm gonna have to go with the Wampas.
And Phil, which way you going?
Well, it's not really a fair question because Cookie Monster was my absolute favorite Muppet when I was a kid. I mean, I could most identify with Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Until I got more intelligent, and then I could identify with the Count. But first there was Cookie Monster, so that's why I got good.
Yeah, I knew you liked the Count.
Yeah, I love the Count too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you guys have your own Count in your show, though. His name is Aaron. He's a vampire. He can do the voice perfectly. He can do the voice perfectly, as you can see in the newest reel from my shows. So,
but he's good at counting mistakes. Also, he's good at catching all of your errors and fact checking.
Him and Chancey are the same in that. And what's going on? Fight for Freedom. Thank you for watching. And Nicole says Star Wars, so of course.
Fight for Freedom comes from the Asylum channel.
I noticed. But Harley, it's all tied up for you. Is it Cookie Monster or Wampa?
I'm going to actually surprise you on this one. I'm going to go with the Wampas.
If I wasn't sick, I would do a Wookiee roar right now for this one, I swear to God. And I can now officially say this since this certain monster is out of the competition. Cookie Monster won the first part on Global Strangeness, and that's why I wanted to do this over.
Really?
It pissed me off. He won the whole freaking thing, and it pissed me off to no degree because everybody saw it was pissed me off, and they went with it.
Interesting.
And you can thank Chancey for that as well, freaking asshole. But love you, buddy. Love you.
I can't imagine pulling some kind of shit like that on you. That's unbelievable.
I know.
I think, I can hear the sarcasm in your voice, but we all know how Chancey be. But that means that John gets to start off the next play and matchup to see who's going to face the Wampa in round 1, and it is number 102, Cybermen from Doctor Who, and they are going against number 106 in a strange matchup, the Three Witches from Macbeth. So it's Shakespeare versus British science fiction. Which
which is going to be scary. Cybermen, kind of, but I am a Doctor Who fan. I am a Whovian. I would definitely do my daughter a disservice who got me into the show if I did not say the Cybermen. So Cybermen it is.
Oh, thank you. And that's to bring it down to Lisa. Is it the Cybermen or Three Witches?
Now, I'm going to say I am very much a Whovian. In fact, it was a Cybermen episode that was playing when my friend set our curtains on fire. And I told him, yeah, I'll get to it after Doctor Who. So, but I think I'm going to go with the witches because the Cybermen are not my favorite bad guys.
I have only seen the old Doctor Who from the 60s and 70s, so I haven't watched any of the new stuff per se, but there it is. But I don't blame you. I love Macbeth. In high school, I actually rewrote all of Macbeth into a Star Wars type space adventure. So, yeah. My teacher just gave me an A, and she was like, it was like an assignment to rewrite like one chapter or one act of something. And she's like, you rewrote a whole Shakespeare play. if I don't give you an A on this, then I am the worst teacher in the world. And I'm like, but she's like, where the hell did you come up with all this? I'm like, imagination.
Star Wars.
And
Yes.
Nicole agrees with you, three witches, and Harley, I believe your friend Aaron is saying good day, all.
Well, he's from Australia, so
Pretty
it's
big.
And he's
technically like Sunday over there.
Yeah.
And
Wake
apparently
and
he's pretty. I was saying he's waking and bacon. Yeah, we appreciate that in this show.
Well, he originally
But-
came from the Daily Dank, so
Oh, my boy Brian's show. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But I haven't seen it in a freaking minute. I miss Brian. But which way you want to go, Phil? Though it's all tied up. Is it Cyberman or Doctor Who? Or Three Witches?
Now, I may be way off here, but in Old Brother, Where Art Thou? Remember the ladies who were doing laundry in the lake when the chain gang guys came along, and
Well,
they
they're more
all got
sirens than.
Those are sirens. Those are not witches. Those are supposed to be sirens. Because that's Brother We're Out though is based on Odysseus,
Okay. All right.
the Odyssey.
Nevertheless-
It's based on the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I make that leap of logic. I'm going to go with the witches.
Yeah, all right.
Same
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not as big
Same
on.
region.
I'm not even
but
starting in a place where
different.
Lisa is with Doctor Who. I'm not that big a fan. So.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a fan of the first 4 Doctors. I haven't gotten into the new stuff yet, but Harley.
Yeah, I literally sat there watching Doctor Who while the house was on fire. So
Harley, is it going to be the Cyberman or is it going to be the Three Witches?
well, I haven't seen anything of Doctor Who, so I'm going to go with the Three Witches.
Which means the Three Witches will move into round 1. And it's going to be Shakespeare versus something that's like Shakespeare, in my opinion. And I personally would have given it to Cyberman because I love Shakespeare. I really do. Well, some of his plays. But Doctor Who, Cybermen are freaking awesome. They're no Daleks, which are going to come up in this eventually. I don't know. I forget if it's this part or the next part, but they're in here. They're in here eventually. The next matchup, though, is 2 completely different things, and it's going to get started off by Lisa, and it's number 93, Gamera from Godzilla lore, and it is going against number 109, Lucian from Underworld.
ooh,
So 2 different roles completely, but
I'm
You know,
going.
I know we don't do the F you, Freddie, or whatever on here, but you know what? On this one, I have to say fuck you, Jeremy, because I like both of those.
you
Yeah.
you can say that all you want, Harley. I'm not going to get offended.
That's fair.
But-
fair.
I think I'm going to go with the turtle boar because 2 of my favorite animals, turtles and boars. I find them both likable.
Well, that brings it
Oh,
down.
Puppy!
But that brings it down to Phil. Is it the giant radioactive turtle or werewolves, lichens?
Well, I'm going to apply the same principle as I did to Rodan and go with, the Godzilla universe and go with Gamera.
I will say it does bring me pleasure whenever I see a clip of like the old Godzilla movies where Gamera literally just floats in the air, goes into a shell, and does a spinning move. It's like, how is that possible?
It's hilarious.
Oh, it is. And
It's the,
And
magic,
what does
Harley,
it actually accomplish?
it's the magic of fishing line, that's like
Yeah.
exactly. And Nicole says werewolf should get the win, but which way are you going to go, Harley? Is it Gamera or Lucian?
Okay, my middle son is a huge Godzilla fan, so I'm going to go with Gamera.
Which means Gamera gets swept so far into the first round. But
You'll know nobody says my daughter is a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I mean,
Well, I have 3
Godzilla-
boys and 1 girl, so
Well, yeah. So yeah,
I'm just saying.
she
I mean-
probably she would probably deny Godzilla just to be contrarian in that household. So yeah.
Well, she's
Probably.
the oldest. She's 20 years old, so she has nothing to do with the younger ones, really.
Well, I'm gonna give one to Lucian because I love the underworld movies and I love werewolves. So, or dogmen as they're really called, but I do love Lucian and I will give it to him. But John, which way would you have gone, buddy?
Big
You're
old
muted.
radioactive turtle.
There's only one radioactive turtle I would vote for, and that is a Teenage Mutant one. But
Yes. I like
in a
it all.
heartbeat.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, Gamera was always one of my favorite Godzilla creatures, so I can't be mad at this. I really can't.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fuck me matchup, so hell yeah. But the final play-in on this side of round one, though, is going to be between number 79, Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, and it's going against number 110, and I cannot pronounce this for the life of me, but Womal from The Host. And this one's getting started off by
tiger elephant.
it's an alien or something. I haven't seen The Host. I don't think I might have. I don't remember if I have seen it or not. But
It's a good movie. It's a great book. It's a good movie. But
well, Phil,
I don't remember seeing that.
Kind of looks like a Rose Bowl float.
Yeah.
Like maybe
But,
dancing on top of that thing or something.
well, Phil, it is your vote. So which way do you want to go?
Like I didn't really, I'm not a big fan. I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but I think Davy Jones showed up later, didn't he?
At World's End, he showed up in at World's End, which is the
not the best
actually,
one.
That's the one with a jar of dirt. So I 100% agree that's the best one. But
Okay, well
I got a jar of dirt.
I'm going to go with Davy Jones.
Yeah, and the actor who played Davy Jones, I really like him. He's a good character actor, so he does a really good job, and no matter what he does.
Well, when you think about all the other great Davy Jones, you got Bowie, you got Davy Jones, the Monkees, and the Pirates. So.
Oh, you just talked me into my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means Harley goes next. Is it Davy Jones or Gummel?
Davy Jones.
And I've never seen The Host, so I got to go with Davy Jones as well because it's Pirates of the Caribbean, and I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So that means that this side round one is completely decided. But which way would you have gone, John?
Well, this thing looks, I don't know if any of you have seen Tremors 2, but this thing looks like a gigantic ass blaster is what they called them. And, but I've never seen The Host, so I probably would have gone with Davy Jones, even though Tremors 2 was actually pretty funny. So, yeah.
I've only ever seen the first Tremors.
Yeah, the rest of them were like straight to video, and up to the third one were decent, and then after that they kind of sucked. But yeah,
I've only ever seen the one with Kevin Bacon, and that's the only one I ever want to see. But I'm pretty sure I'll be watching them all at some point or another for different brackets on this show. But
oh yeah,
Lisa, finish us off. Is Davy Jones getting the first sweep?
Davy Jones.
And if Davy Jones gets the first sweep in this whole thing.
And homecoming queen.
Oh. Yes, I forgot. You would vote for Davy Jones just for the Monkees reference. So,
yeah,
I totally forgot about that aspect of it.
That was my first love. I used to kiss the TV when he was on.
Oh,
My
many
girl got
women.
mad 'cause I had lip gloss on one day.
she had to train.
Many a girls back in that day would have Davy Jones posters on the wall for that reason.
Oh yeah,
and other reasons I don't want to go into. But
well, I mean, it was on Saturday morning reruns by the time I came along. So
I feel like all those shows back then went into reruns pretty fast, though. That would happen. Well, that means we get to do the next matchup in round one, and there are no pitchers for this because we just decided who's going to win these in the play-ins. And it's going to get started off by, screw my memory, by me. Yay. And it's number 79, Davy Jones versus number 93, Gamera. And personally, I have to go Davy Jones still because I am a bigger Pirates fan than I am a. Oh, that's cool. Bigger Pirate fan than I'm a Godzilla fan, so I gotta go Davy Jones. But how about you, John?
I'm gonna flip it and not go with Davy Jones this time, just because I know how this is gonna end.
You don't know that for sure. I'm just saying.
Not for sure,
People
but
but
yeah.
Lisa, is it Davy Jones or Gamera?
Oh, the David Jones rolled together could not beat Gamera, baby.
All right.
Radioactive turtles for the
I'm
win.
proud of you.
Mhm.
That was
And
unexpected.
Phil, I'm pretty sure I see which way this is going, but Phil, which way are you gonna go?
I'm going Gamera also.
Well, Davy Jones goes to Davy Jones' locker. Gamera's moving on, but Harley, which way would you have gone?
Gamera.
All right, which means Gamera moves on 4-1 to face the winner of the other play-in matchups battle, and this one's gonna get started off by John, and it's number 105, the Wampa from Star Wars versus number 106, the Three Witches from Macbeth.
Wampa all the way.
My man. And Lisa, which way you want to go?
Wampa, wampa, wampa.
And Phil?
Yeah, the more I looked at those witches, they really have nothing in common with those women that were doing the laundry in old Brother Art House. So I'm going to
No.
go with the Wampa.
Oh, and that means the Wampa moves on, making me a very happy man. And Harley, would it be the Wampa or the Three Witches?
The Wampa.
Which means the Wampa gets a second sweep in this, because no way in hell I'm voting Macbeth over Star Wars, even though they're kind of the same thing, because they're both written Shakespeareanly. But that means the Wampa will face Gamera, or Gamera, however you pronounce it, in the round 2. But we can move to the other side of round 1 now. And we got pictures again for these. This one gets started off by Lisa. And this is a interesting matchup, to say the least. It's number 80,
Hello, Eric.
the satyr from Greek mythology, versus number 94, Count Orlok from Nosferatu.
Okay, something interesting that Philip read earlier when he was looking up some of these characters, because he didn't really know what a satyr was. Apparently, they have a constant hard-on. But I'm
Yes.
still going with Count Orlok. Alexa, stop!
Yes, according to Greek mythology, satyrs were constantly drunk and constantly hard. Just like your college freshmen of today. And they are the inspiration for the Goatman mythology and paranormal world today. So, and the fact that Goatmen still exist might prove they're real. And Nicole says she's going with Count Orlok. And hello, Eric. Glad to see you watching, buddy. But so that means the Count gets one. Phil, you going with the
Orlok's
Go
my
ahead.
boy, man. I mean, that's the original Dracula. He actually is Dracula, you know. That movie scared the living shit out of me when I was a kid, when I saw a silent movie. And there's a new Nosferatu is coming out this year.
Yes, I've seen that.
Can't wait for that. So
They're using footage from the original and locations from the original.
yeah. So yeah, horny frat boys don't,
Yeah.
just Orlok's got a yeah.
And actually, Eric, they're not Irish. The satyrs are Greek. So the Greeks are always drunk and always hard. But and hairy. So there you go. But
Drunk, hairy, and hard.
Gee, am I describing the Greeks, or I feel like I'm describing every European. I feel like I'm describing every European country because as an Italian, we are all three as well. So, yeah. But which way do you want to go on this, Harley? Is it the satyrs or the Count Orlok himself?
The Count himself.
Oh, and the fact that I think the satyrs got into the final 4 in the last one. Come on, that's something I agree with. But I am going to give a vote to the Satyrs because I have never seen Nosferatu. It's because it's a silent movie, and yeah, I don't want to watch this unless I have to. But I
You
love
you want to see
Satyrs.
it. I want
I'm
to
a
bring it
huge.
up to make
What's
sure.
the name of the one I like?
Kiss of the Vampire.
Yeah, Kiss of the Vampire.
It's all about the
Okay,
making.
Lisa, I can guarantee. I can guarantee you, I'm watching that because it's in a lot of vampire brackets and other brackets I have set up. So at some point we'll be watching that.
So
But
good. So creepy. So
But-
well done.
I love Satyrs because of the Goatman mythology behind them nowadays, and fuck, what the John, help me out here. What the hell's the name of that Goatman that pushes people off the bridge? I'm losing my train of thought right now.
Oh shit! No, I have it too. It's right there.
The Poplick monster. The Poplick monster.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the Poplick monster, I will go for Satyrs because they still exist. They may not always be hard anymore, but they still exist. There's half goat, half man. But which way, John, would you have gone? Satyrs or Crown Orlok?
I agree with you. I would have gone Satyrs.
No love for the damn goat man anymore. But that means that
He must not have run up against Orlok in that other bracket. Maybe.
these are the same matchups.
Oh,
And
first round can't. The first round is already scripted out, right? Okay. Well.
First round's always the same. I don't change it because I don't want to have to. They're ranked, so I'm not gonna throw. It's not like another one where I could throw it into a random generator every time. And Greeks are like Jersey people. I mean, a lot of Jersey people are Greeks, so that kind of makes sense, Eric, in your broken mind or broken brain. Sorry, but that means the next matchup is going to get started by Phil, and it's number 81, the elves from Norse mythology, versus number 95, Chernabog from Fantasia.
Well, when you said the elves, I was kind of leaning that way, but this is a Disney character, right? Yeah,
Yep, Fantasia's a Disney thing.
Terrorized Mickey Mouse. I mean, how villainous can you be? You know, it's like I think I'm gonna go with Chernabog.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure half of the high ups at Disney were on the Epstein client list. Just saying, but
Yeah. Well, we didn't
But-
say that. We're talking about the character, not the character.
oh, they're all characters. But
If we're talking about pure evil, I mean, taking on Mickey Mouse, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
I love how South Park portrays Mickey Mouse in certain episodes. But Harley, is it the elves or Chernabog there?
It's Chernabog.
Now, see, I want to make this interesting, so I am gonna technically vote for the elves because elves are fucking awesome. Lord of the Rings or otherwise, they're awesome in every game. Every video game, every movie they're in, they're awesome. But I will say that scene in Fantasia with Chernabog scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I love, and the music they play in it is one of my favorite classical music pieces to this day. So it's creepy as shit though. Like it still makes me like get a little goosebumps on my back when I hear that music. But
What is it, like Dance
plus-
College or something, or what is it?
You're asking me to remember that shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's all good.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look at it.
I
That's what Aaron would do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Night on Bald Mountain. It's called Night on Bald Mountain.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Night on Bald Mountain, I believe. It also is a painting called Night on Bald Mountain, and it's a bunch of witches dancing around a cauldron, basically. But, so, yeah, Chernabog scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I was watching Fantasia. It's the only part of the movie I liked, but it scared the shit out of me. Well, actually, okay, no, the dancing hippos and alligators is pretty fucking awesome. But,
Depending on how
I
high you
mean-
are, they're even better.
I was a child, goddammit! I was nothing! I was
I'm
sober
talking
as the day I was born.
I'm talking about rewatching.
Oh, I don't rewatch that shit. But John, which way you want to go? You gonna tie it up for Lisa, or are you going for Chernabog?
I'm going with the elves. Bring them on. They're not scary,
All
but
right.
I like them.
Oh, have you not seen Dark Elves, buddy? Thor will
Yeah,
tell you Thor will tell you the Dark Elves are scary.
yes,
And
those would be freaky.
and yes, hashtag the Asylum with Harley. But it should be the Asylum with Harley and Jeremy. Just saying, Rosie T. But whatever. I'll let you go. And but
No, it's because Rosie likes me.
All right, she's promoting her girl there.
who doesn't like you, Harley? But tell me, because I'll fight him. But
I think a few people.
Lisa, it's a tiebreaker. Coming down to you. Is it elves or Chernobog?
I'm gonna go with elves.
I am so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Elves.
As long as Legolas comes with it, I'll go.
I mean, Orlando Bloom. Come on now. Come on now.
Actually, Orlando Bloom doesn't do much for me. Legolas, on the other hand, does.
Kate Blanchett was
It's
the
weird.
greatest elf. I remember. What was that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who plays? What's her name? The elf from Lord of the Rings that Aragorn gets to nail.
That's
that's
Liv Tyler?
what's his name's daughter?
Liv Tyler. Liv
Steven
Tyler.
Tyler's daughter, yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's hot. I mean,
I-
yeah, Liv Tyler does it for me. If I were into girls, definitely.
How can she look so much like Steven Tyler
And yet
be
he's so
beautiful?
freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, elf ears. I should tell certain people to get some elf ears, but that
Get your wife
means
some.
I could. That's that.
Yes,
I doubt
you
she'd wear them. I doubt she'd wear them, but we'll see. And Nicole is happy the elves
For
won,
your birthday.
so yay! And that means the next matchup gets started off by me. Oh, Harley. Yep, Harley.
Yeah,
And
that would have been the second time you've completely skipped over me.
I realized the first time, but it was way too fucking late to fix it, and I was just like, I'm sorry, sweetie. But that means that you get started this one, and this matchup is completely fucked. I'm just gonna say it's America versus U.S. I mean, England versus U.S. But it's number 82, the legendary Black Beast from Monty Python's Holy Grail, and it's going against number 96, sadly, Chucky from Child's Play.
Oh man.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a hard one because I like both of them.
Don't you wish he skipped you now?
Yes, I do.
It's see, when I don't skip you, it's always gonna be a hard one. Come on, that's just the way it works in this world. But
I'm gonna have to go with Chucky.
well, apparently Nicole agrees with you because Chucky still scares the shit out of her. So, but
Chucky used to scare the shit out of my sister, and I used to torment her with it.
that's a good sister right there. But
That's what happens when you're the oldest.
It's like an old
Exactly.
friend.
exactly.
Why
I
did
mean-
anybody buy a Chucky doll after this movie?
I mean, I never saw Chucky until I was a teenager. So Chucky never really scared me. I always thought it was kind of funny. I always thought it was like Puppet Master similar type movies, but which I just talked about. We just started the Puppet Master series on Evening at the Movies. We'll be doing all of them over time, but the first one is not the best one. I will say that. I've seen the first 8 or 9, and the first one's not the best one. But I'm gonna go with Monty Python the Holy Grail and go with the legendary Black Beast of Awe because I love the Holy Grail. I just watched it for the first time in the last 6 months, and I fucking love that movie. So
Wow.
You've only watched it here recently. I grew up
I-
watching that movie.
Welcome to the
I grew
team,
up.
man. I mean, it's like
I
that's
grew
a
up.
wonderful movie.
I grew up seeing the commercials for the Monty Python collection, and that was enough Monty Python when I was a kid for me. But British humor, I like it now. Certain things, but British humor is still hard to completely get behind. Like
You got to see The Life of Brian next. I mean, if you haven't seen that, or maybe have you not seen that?
I've seen Life of Brian. I've seen Life of Brian.
Okay.
It's just I mean, I've seen Life of Brian. I've seen a lot of those different movies they've done, but that means it's gonna go down to John. Is it the legendary Black Beast of or Chucky?
You know, growing up, Chucky did scare the crap out of me. The movies got kind of ridiculous and funny, and now that the series is on TV, they've kind of gone back to their creepiness. It's a little whacked out like the later movies, but it's not as bad. So Chucky is my boy. Like he's not going anywhere. I don't think. Not for me.
So you're going with Chucky or Legendary Black Beast?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I did
no Chucky.
Chucky. All right.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got a cold like I do. So
Yeah, allergies are driving me nuts.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's not the voice I'm used to hearing.
Nope.
Usually a lot darker, not darker, a lot deeper voice there. But
Right.
and apparently, Fight for Freedom has 2 Chucky they got from Daily Dink, and their hubby hates them and says they're creepy, but they love them. So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah. I have 2 Chucky dolls too, so they come out during
I'm
Halloween.
good. I'm good. I'm good. We have a old-fashioned doll sitting in our chair in the corner, and it creeps out enough people enough times in this house. Not me, but dolls don't scare me. But yet,
You ever
But-
wake up and it's like in your, downstairs in a refrigerator getting something to eat or anything? Anything like that?
no, because then I'd be jumping. But
Yeah.
and I get up at weird hours in the morning to get the dogs out sometimes when they're barking. But so yeah, that would scare the shit out of me. It's bad enough when one of the dogs accidentally gets out of their crate and they're standing at the top of the stairs waiting for you, and it like you just open the door and you see the eyes and you're like, what the fuck? But
I'm used to them like
I-
jumping over your shoulder.
Yeah, but both of our cats have those red eyes instead of the green. So, yeah, you see that at night. That's creepy.
But Lisa, are you gonna give it to Monty Python and tie it up, or are you gonna give it to Chucky for the win?
I'm going to have to go with Chucky because my friend's teenage sister let her 4-year-old watch Chucky and then brilliantly bought him a My Buddy doll for Christmas.
Oh God,
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
that is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And his father had to sit outside all night to make sure Chucky didn't get out of the dumpster after he stabbed the doll to death.
why won't you just burn it so it's all ashes and then it couldn't come back? I mean, come on. But which way would you have gone, Phil? Even though Chucky is moving on.
I like Chucky. I respect his game and everything, but I never really got caught up into it. Like it was a pop culture icon, and John Gruden. I think of him as carrying on the legacy of Chucky. And I'm a football fan, so besides all that, I'm going to go with the legendary Black Beast of Og because Monty Python is the. I kind of agree with you. It's like I'm not big on a lot of British humor, but that shit is funny. That is timeless and funny. I mean,
I used to do Ministry of Silly Walks in high school, and no one really got the reference.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the knights who say ye, but Chucky moves on. I will say the only Chucky movie I really like is Seed of Chucky because that movie is freaking hilarious. But when he kills Britney Spears, oops, I did again. I freaking love it. But that means that I get to start the next matchup, and this is an easy one for me, really easy. But it's number 83, Doomsday from the DC Universe, a Superman villain. Well, a Justice League villain, I should say, in a way. He's basically the Thanos of the DC Universe. And he's going against number 97, The Fly from The Fly. And I started out, and I'm giving it to Doomsday because comic book nerd 1, and 2, I hate the fucking Fly. I'm so happy no one picked that yet for 1986 movies, but just saying. Because
I thought Aaron was going to, but he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I didn't.
I thought somebody did. I didn't.
I don't think it.
Although I'm a Jeff Goldblum aficionado.
That was one of the last freaking movies I would have picked because I hate The Fly. I love Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum. Don't get me wrong. Jurassic Park, Earth Girls Are Easy. Come on, Jeff Goldblum was at Independence Day.
Oh,
Jeff
Earth
Goldblum's
Girls Are Easy. I love that movie.
10 Speed and Brown Shoe.
I actually just watched it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I can't wait till we get to 1988. But I have a lot of movies from 1988 for this bracket I'm on now, and I would love to nominate. But that means it's going down to John. Is it Doomsday or The Fly? And I have a feeling I know which way this is going because we are similar people in some ways.
Also a comic book nerd. I was kind of glad that somebody finally broke Superman, and yeah, go Doomsday.
And I know. I wish they would do him in a freaking movie.
Yes.
I want to see Doomsday. I want to see Doomsday in a freaking Justice League movie, for God's sake. Make him the Thanos of the freaking DC universe, James Gunn. Come on. Step up. James, if anybody will, James Gunn fucking will. Because he brings the best freaking characters. But Lisa, is it Doomsday or The Fly?
I'm going Spider-Man Doomsday. Because The Fly was just kind of sad to me.
Superman, but yes.
Not dangerous.
Right,
just
Superman.
sad.
Yeah.
But
Superman.
okay.
Doomsday would
Spider-Man, but yeah.
Doomsday would crush Spider-Man in a second. But
Yeah.
that means Phil.
Doomsday. Yeah. I mean, that's serious street cred that he took down Superman. I mean, come on now.
He took, and I believe he took down the whole Justice League at one point, but I think another alien ended up stopping him. But which way do you want to go, Harley? Since you're the last person, are we gonna have another streak here? Sweep, whatever.
Doomsday.
Oof. Oh, that's right. Harley is a comic book lover like me, so.
It's DC, of course.
I mean, yeah, it's DC. And that means that Doomsday will face Chucky in round 2. But the next matchup is a really hilarious one. And I'm so happy that John gets started. It's number 84, Mike Wachowski from Monsters, Inc. And he is going against number 98, Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh no! All right, y'all are gonna hate me. I haven't seen it. I've never watched Monty Python.
We don't hate you. We envy you the opportunity to see it for the first time.
Right.
Go.
Wealth of entertainment awaits you. Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, this guy looks like he could do some damage if he wanted to. And Mike Wazowski's just a little basketball, so I'm gonna stick with Monty Python, even though I haven't watched it.
Oof. And Lisa, is it Mike Wazowski or Tim the Enchanter?
I have seen both movies, and I'm going with Tim the Enchanter. Mm-hmm.
And Phil?
Yep.
And summoning Chansey here. But Harley, which way would you have gone?
Tim the Enchanter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that means that I'm going to throw one to Mike Wazowski just for he can't get swept. He's too great a character, and I enjoyed fighting beside him in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I will go with him. And Monsters, Inc. is fucking amazing. It really is. I haven't watched Monsters at Work yet, but the 2 movies are amazing. So, but that means the next matchup gets started by Lisa in a. Oh, I already know which way Lisa's gonna go because we just were talking about one of these movies today. But that means it's number 85, The Blob, versus number 99, Goblins from the Labyrinth. So it's an 80s movie.
Pretty all-encompassing, and it's one of the first movies I saw, like horror movies, monster movies. The goblins are good at what they do. This is a tougher one than I would expect. I think I'm going to go with The Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth, eh? Yeah, right.
Goblins.
And Phil, is it The Blob or Goblins?
Well, The Blob was the definitive star of the movie,
Whereas
the
the
blob
goblins were
part of an ensemble.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the blob just for the star power.
Well, you can't be a star when you're when you're working with David Bowie, for fuck's sake. Come on now.
Yeah.
David Bowie is a god.
That's
But
true.
Harley, is it goblins or the blob?
It's the goblins.
And I swear to God, in this picture, it looks like the goblins are looking at you like your kids when they want something. But
and that's what's
I've
sketchy.
heard-
They send the cute one out first.
Of course. And even though I've never seen Labyrinth fully, I am gonna go with the goblins as well, just for they're goblins, and goblins are awesome. And I hate the Blob. It's one of the worst movies I ever saw in my life. I watched it when I was a kid. It was horrible. It was so fucking
It was a
boring.
good movie.
It was Jello. It was fucking Jello eating everything.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was acidic Jello. That's it. Scary.
I was never scared of Jello after that. I didn't like Jello to begin with, but still. But John, John, which way would you have gone?
As much as acidic Jello sounds creepy, it never really freaked me out. I would just, I gotta go with the goblins.
Which means in an epic matchup, Tim the Enchanter will face goblins in the next round. But now we have a play-in matchup to do, and where the hell is this play-in? Oh, wait a minute. This one's... There it is. Okay. And this play-in matchup is going to get started off by Phil. And this is two different roles completely. Number 86, Grendel's mother from Beowulf. Ain't she pretty? Versus number one.
Anatomically correct, even. That's amazing.
Yeah. Which she's facing exactly saggy old Grendel's mother boobies versus number 111 Tauntauns from Star Wars. And this is how you know I didn't make these rankings, folks, because Star Wars would not be rated so low in anything I make. So yeah, even Tauntauns, the freaking fodder they are.
I found out this evening that Lisa's best friend, who hates my guts with a passion, is a Beowulf scholar.
Yeah.
So to show conciliation and the spirit of love, I'm going to go with Grendel.
Yeah. Well, it's Grendel's mother. Grendel comes in this.
It's
in
my
the next
cousin.
part.
Grendel's mother. Yes, yeah. Grendel's mother.
It's my cousin.
Familial. Gotta love it. But
it's okay. Harley. She hasn't talked to me for like 5-6 years now.
Because of me.
Yeah, basically.
But Harley, is it Grendel's mother or Tauntauns?
It's the Star Wars one.
Ooh. Damn, I appreciate that vote. And see, this is a hard one for me because I love Beowulf. It's a classic literature story, and Beowulf himself is freaking amazing. But Grendel's mother is fucking badass too. You don't piss off the angry troll mama in the cave, but underwater, and they live underwater. That's the creepiest part. They live underwater, but they're freaking like trolls, basically. I got to go with Tauntauns because they are Star Wars, and I thought they smelled bad in the outside. But which way you want to go there, John?
We're going with the Tauntaun all the way. I would love to ride one. It would be fun.
There are so many jokes I want to make about that, but I'll keep my cool.
Do it, I dare you.
Yeah. But which way would you have gone, Lisa? Tauntauns or Grendel's mother?
Okay, I made the boobies joke. So now all I can think is tatas or tauntauns. Gonna go Tauntaun.
I love it. Tauntauns are just wampa fodder on Hoth, but still, they're freaking cool. And riding one would be fun. They run fast, but
Mm-hmm.
that means we're going to do this round one matchup now because I already know what they're facing. So it's going to be number 111 Tauntauns from Star Wars, and this is getting started off by Harley. It's either Tauntauns from Star Wars or a paranormal legend. The hell are number 100? What the hell? That Black Eye Kids.
Not to be mistaken by the Black Eyed Peas.
I'm gonna have to
No.
go with the Black Eyed Kids from Children of the Corn because that movie creeped me out. And still to this day, growing up in the South, anytime you go past a cornfield, you're like, let's hope children don't walk out of it.
I mean, hey, my co-host Chancey is a freaking Black Eye Kid from the corn in Iowa, so we just civilize him a little bit, you know. But which I personally on this one, as a paranormal podcaster, I have to go Black Eye Kids. It's like a freaking I might get burned by other paranormal podcasters if I don't. So, and John, I have a feeling you're gonna be conflicted on this one as well, based on everything I know.
Yeah, exactly. I've always been fascinated by the Black Eyed Kids and their stories and stuff as well. And like you said, being a paranormal podcast, if I don't say the Black Eyed Kids, I really don't want to deal with the repercussions. So there we are, Black Eyed Kids.
Oh, and Ashley's a badass, so I could see her beating you over that.
Oh hell yeah!
That girl takes fucking karate class and martial art class and shit, so she could kick some ass.
Yes.
But which means Black Eyed Kids are moving on. Sorry, Tauntauns, but you are the lowest ranked thing in this whole bracket for a reason. Because you get killed with one freaking swipe from a Wampa. So which way you want to go, Lisa? Tauntauns or the Black Eyed Kids?
Oh, Black Eyed Kids. He muted us again.
Oh. And
That's
Phil?
The Black Eyed Kids. I was thinking that movie from Japan, like almost 15 years ago. I can't think of the name.
Oh, what the Ring?
Yes,
The Grudge?
Oh, The Ring?
I think it was The Ring.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
I think it's the Grudge. I think you're thinking of the Grudge. I think, but
probably.
The little
The-
girl, the little girl that you got on the elevator and you looked down and she had black eyes.
I mean, the Ring is the girl. The Ring is the girl that comes out of the TV. The Grudge is the little boy that with black eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that means this next matchup gets started off by me, and I don't mind starting this one off because it's going to be number 103, Flying Monkeys from The Wizard of Oz versus number 107, James P. Sullivan from Monsters Inc. And I gotta give it to Mr. Jim Sullivan because Michael Goodman is fucking hilarious, and I love James P. Sullivan. He's who I would be if I was a monster. So, which I only am a monster when needed. But which way do you want to go there, John?
You know, I dissed Mike Wazowski, but Sully's my dude, so I'm going with Sully all the way.
Sorry, Flying Monkeys.
Yep.
I deal with the Flying Monkeys that are my kids enough. But Lisa, which way you want to go? Are you gonna give Flying Monkeys a vote?
Nope. Sully.
John Goodman for the win into the first round. And Phil, which way would you have gone though?
Well, I saw Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch. And I was terrified of her when I was really little, and I saw her in Mr. Rogers like 40 years later. She looked exactly the same as she did in the movie, and it freaked me out. So I'm totally mesmerized by anything about the Wizard of Oz, especially the dwarves and the backstory of the things that may or may not have happened on the set and shit like that.
Yeah, the wild sex parties, the orgies.
The suicides.
Oh,
Okay.
So
yeah, those two. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and the little people in the Munchkins and the the Munchkins in the Wizard of Oz definitely had their hands up some skirts in that set. It's been proven. So,
All right, yeah, flying monkeys. I would have been so.
and Harley, which way would you have gone, my dear?
Sully.
Sully, yep. And Sully moves on 4-1, and he's going to be facing round one of these two. And these are the last two creatures we have in this whole part of the bracket. So pictures will be going away after this, just so we can have full screen again. And this one's going to get started off by John. And it's number 104, Fairies from Labyrinth. And yes, Labyrinth's second appearance in this. Versus number 108, The Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Another hard one. All right. You know, I love that guy. I really do. But I gotta go with the fairies.
And Lisa, you gonna go with the Fairies or the Bumble?
Bumble.
And
He's
Phil?
so sweet.
Bumble.
And Harley, is the Bumble getting a win, or you're gonna make me do a tiebreaker?
Nope. It's the fairies because I absolutely love the labyrinth.
Which means I do it to break a tie here. God damn it.
You need
Okay,
to go
watch
with
you.
your other co-host since you went with your co-host earlier.
Well, see, here's the thing. I love the idea of fairies, whether they are in Labyrinth or in actual reality, because they do exist. I've had enough people tell me about their experiences with them. So, fairies and all their elementals do exist. And Bumble, the words I hate, abominable snowman, or the words I love, Yeti. As much as I love them, I do not like where they're from, the handicapable Rudolph himself. So I 100% have to go with freaking fairies because I can't stand Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Goddamn handicapable reindeer. But yeah, the fairies freaking get it for me in any aspect anyway.
I'm
So
telling your kids.
what?
I'm telling your kids you hate Rudolph.
They wouldn't give a shit.
Okay.
We don't. They don't watch stuff like that anymore. Their kids these days like YouTube and nothing else. But unfortunately, they only know about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because of Santa. But that means that this is going to get started off by Lisa in the final matchup in round one, and it's 107 James P. Sullivan, aka Sully from Monsters Inc., versus number 104 the Fairies from Labyrinth.
I think I'm going to give it to the fairies this time, just to be contrary. I need to
Okay.
watch Labyrinth again.
And Phil, is it the Fairies or Sully?
Fairies.
And Harley, is it Sully or Fairies? This one might be a little harder for you.
No, the fairies.
Oof, Sully getting no love out here. Now I know how Tom Hanks feels, but really, nothing. But I'm gonna throw one to Sully because it's John Goodman. It's fucking John Goodman. I gotta give one to John. I'll give one to John Goodman all day because he's an amazing actor. But John, which way would you have gone?
I would have stuck with Sully.
Yeah. So
Big old ball
the
of
fairies. He is. He's like me. He looks scary, but he's just not. And that means that pitchers can go away because we're now going into round two, and we all know what these creatures are at this point. So, and round two is going to got him cold. Round two is going to get started off by Phil, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
And it's number 87, the Luck Dragon from Neverending Story, versus number 88, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Leatherface.
I mean, you got to think about this, and it's if you're really going to go by who would kill who, then yeah. And Harley, which way you want to go?
Leatherface.
And I'm going to agree because I can't throw a paper to Luck Dragon because I don't like never-ending story. So I don't know. I watched it once as a kid and it bored the shit out of me, so I just never watched it again. But John, which way you want to go?
I'm going with the Luck Dragon just because.
Yeah, so Lisa, you going for Leatherface or Luck Dragon?
I'm gonna go Leatherface.
And the funny thing is that in the original bracket, when I wanted to put up Leatherface's picture, I had a picture of Chansey. So
Nice.
just to fuck with him, but because he was on the original bracket for this, but Cookie Monster got put out in the first round, you motherfucker. Yeah, Chansey. Yeah. You ever hear this?
Where's he at? I guess he's watching the wrestling tonight. Is that what he's doing?
Oh, I mean, last I talked to him, he didn't start watching Rumble yet, but I'm pretty sure he would be by now. I don't know. He's on. We're doing part 3 of this bracket, the finale of this bracket tomorrow on Global Strangeness. So Chansey's on that. So he'll be here. I can't ask him to do 2 nights in a row with me because it's just on weekends. It's too much for him with everything. But I mean, he would if he had to, but he doesn't have to. And plus, I didn't want Cookie Monster to win, and he would make that happen. So no. But try to do different people. Make it interesting.
Got it. Yeah, there's a strategy to it. I see.
Oh,
Yeah, and I did kind of start the whole theme of who would kill who.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Well, that's going to make this next one very interesting.
Actually taking anybody
That's
down.
actually a very effective way to look at this. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's Lisa's fault.
You're going to see in this next matchup that's not an effective way of looking at anything. But Harley gets to start this out. And to see who's going to face Leatherface in the quarterfinals, it is number 75, Thing from the Addams Family, versus number 76, Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars.
I'm going to go with the Thing.
It's Thing. The Thing
It's
is coming up
called
later.
That right there. There you go.
No, in the Addams Family, it's called Thing. But
It's whatever I want to call it. That's what it is.
yes, dear. But I am 100% going to go with fuck me. This is two of my favorite IPs in the world. I gotta go with Jabba the Hutt. He's a fucking crime lord. Things just do good or who helps out people. But Jabba the Hutt is a damn crime lord. I gotta go with Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it's pretty gangster. You're right. Didn't he have chains and shit too? And he grunt all the time.
He had Carrie Fisher chained up in a metal bikini that didn't hide much attached to his body. So, shit.
Right. That's right.
Hello, Pamela.
Hello,
Glad you're
Pamela.
watching.
You know, a lot of people are coming from the asylum tonight to tune in.
Because they like seeing me now because I've been on the show. So, come on.
It ain't because of you, it's me.
All right, no, I ain't arguing with that one. But John, it's all tied up at 1-1 at this point. Is it Thing or Jabba the Hutt?
You know, as cool as Thing is, like you were saying earlier, Jabba's just a badass. You know, you have to go with the gangster. So, yeah, Jabba all the way.
I mean,
Hey,
yes,
Jeremy,
he died.
Rosie agrees with me. It's whatever I call it.
Yes. Agreed. But agreed. And I mean, yeah, and yes, Jabba the Hutt died like a bitch, but he also kind of died, I think, in one of his fetishes. That's my theory. So I'm gonna give it to him. But Phil, which way you want to go?
Man, yeah. Okay, so that's the definition of this round, right? But yeah.
Well, Phil, you can either vote for Thing and tie it up for Lisa, or you can give it to Jabba.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. Thing.
Okay, the Thing.
No.
The Thing.
That's wrong.
Thing. It's Thing. It's not the Thing, but yes.
I know.
If Lisa wants Thing to move on, I am down for it because Thing is facing Leatherface in the quarterfinals, and that's gonna be interesting. So, And chance you might be sorely disappointed in me in that one, just saying. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know what the rotation will be at that point, so we'll see. But this one gets started off by, oh, look, me. And it's number 91, Beelzebub, versus number 78, Trolls from Scandinavian and then everywhere folklore. And sorry, Beelzebub, I gotta give it to Trolls. Because I like the idea of trolls existing more than I like religion. So I'll give it to Trolls. But John, what about you?
I will go with Trolls as well.
And Phil?
I hate trolls, but I'm still not fucking with an archangel from hell. So Beelzebub.
I love it. And Lisa?
I'm gonna go to sleep almost immediately after this, so I'm gonna go with Beelzebub too. Give him some respect.
Right, you don't want him visiting you in your dreams, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Which means, Harley, you are the tiebreaker yet again. Is it Beelzebub or Trolls?
It's Trolls.
Respect.
Which means Trolls will move on to face whoever wins the next matchup in the quarterfinals. And that next matchup is going to be started off
Excuse me.
with John. Is it number 93? Oh, I love this matchup for you. I really do. Is it number 93, Gamera, versus number 105, Wampa from Star Wars? Giant turtle or scary Yeti type creature?
Right. I think the giant turtle's got this one.
He does have rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
That
can
is
fly and spin.
He can spin.
I mean, yeah, all Wampas do is eat and get their hands chopped off by lightsabers. But which is one of the most. Actually, if you ever played that old Star Wars arcade game back in the day, that freaking Hoth level where there's like 20 Wampas in the whole freaking level is scary as shit. So,
yes.
which way you want to go, Lisa?
Camera.
What was that?
Camera.
Gamera. All right. And
Take him
Phil?
with the turtle.
Gamera.
Which means I think Star Wars just got officially taken out of this bracket. Oh no, Jabba the Hutt moved on. So, yeah. But Gamera moves on, taking out the second to last Star Wars character in this match bracket. Harley, which way would you have gone? Gamera or Wampas?
Gamera.
And I will throw one to the Wampa because it's still badass. It's a freaking Yeti with horns and sharp claws. But Gamera will face Trolls in the quarterfinals as we go to the other side of round 2. And it's going to get started off here by Lisa. And it is number 94, Count Orlok from Nosferatu, versus number 81, Elves from Norse mythology.
Count Orlok. Not even a question.
And Phil?
Yep.
Harley, how about you?
I'm gonna go with the Trolls.
Elves?
Yeah, elves. Whichever one it is.
I'm going to agree and go with Elves as well. And leave it up to John to decide if it's Count Orlok or Elves winning this.
Over in there looking
It is
out.
elves.
Yeah, apparently they're talking about a UFO in the comments. So that's a whole nother topic completely. But you said Elves there, John?
I sure did.
Yes, which means Count Orlok is taken out of this as the Elves move on to the quarterfinals. But then again, it's not really fair for one individual to be taking on a whole race. But either way, I did not make these rankings or these decisions at this point solely. But that means Phil gets to start the next matchup. And it is number 96, Chucky from Child's Play, versus number 83, Doomsday from the DC Universe.
Doomsday.
And Doomsday gets a vote. How about you, Harley?
I'm gonna go with Chucky.
I have to go with Doomsday. Comic book love over Chucky love any day of the week. But, John, is Doomsday winning, or is Chucky going to be coming down to tiebreaker to Lisa?
As much as I love Chucky, Doomsday's got this one.
Which means Doomsday will face the elves in the next round. But, which interesting enough. But,
Yeah.
which way you want to go? Which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Doomsday.
Oh,
So
wouldn't have mattered
it's
either way.
Mhm.
Well, it's not sweet because
Oh no. Oh, okay.
John.
Sorry.
Phil went with Chucky, but that means
No,
that
you said
No,
Doomsday.
I said Doomsday.
Yeah.
I thought-
okay. Harley went with
I
Chucky.
said
I'm sorry.
Chucky.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Harley
Sorry.
went with Chucky because she's used to having some terrorizing miniature boys running around. So,
Yeah, I didn't sleep last night, so
and that means that Harley actually gets to start off the next matchup, and it's number 98, Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, versus number 99, Goblins from Labyrinth.
I'm going with the goblins.
Oh, Goblins. And I'm not throwing Tim the Enchanter. Why the fuck not? I like his character in Monty Python, so. But, John, which way you want to go?
We're going with the goblins.
Ooh. And
Yeah.
Lisa?
I'm gonna lean into the goblins.
Which means the Goblins do win this. But, which way would you have gone, Phil?
Goblins.
Ooh, okay. Damn, I guess I'm the only one that likes Tim the Enchanter.
But yeah. And
Well, we like him, but I think the goblins would take his ass down.
Oh, I mean, there's more of them. So, yeah, you're going to enchant so many goblins before they take you down. But that means that I get to start off the next matchup, see who the goblins are going to face in the quarterfinals. And it's number 100, the Black Eyed Kids, versus number 104, Fairies from Labyrinth. And I got to give it to the Black Eyed Kids, because it's Black Eyed Kids.
They're just
And
creepy.
I see them taking down Fairies with their master White-Eyed Kids controlling it all. But that means that John gets to go next. Is it Fairies or Black Eyed Kids?
It is Black Eyed Kids.
And Phil?
Black Eyed Kids.
Ooh, Black Eyed Kids moving on, preventing a Labyrinth versus Labyrinth matchup in the quarterfinals. Which I'm pretty sure that didn't happen last time either. So, but Lisa, which way you want to go?
Black Eyed Kids.
And Harley, finish us out.
Black Eyed Kids.
They're just
And
freaking
with Harley finishing off the round two there, we are going to go into the quarterfinals, and there's literally 7 matchups left. Well, actually, I'm sorry, 8, but still. And let's get started off by John. As we go into the quarterfinals on the other side, it's going to be number 88, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise versus number 35, Thing from Addams Family franchise.
Huh. Okay. This is interesting. I'm going to go with Thing.
And Harley, you have a question apparently.
I have heat now. My furnace went out the other day. Like I'm in Ohio and we had almost a blizzard and
Oh,
my
yeah.
furnace
Cincinnati.
went out.
We're in the nasty
You're in the
attic.
northern part, I'm guessing.
I'm up by Cleveland and all that.
Yeah. Oh, Buckeyes.
Yeah, actually, I think Phil and Lisa are from Ohio too, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
Cincinnati, Southwest.
we're like opposite
We're kind of like this.
borders. Yep.
Yeah. She's up there. We're down here.
well,
But
Lisa,
Buckeyes is still good. Mm-hmm.
Lisa, is it leather?
Chocolate.
Is it Leatherface or Thing, Lisa?
I like Thing. And I think it could take Leatherface down.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it'd be tapping on the shoulder and shit, and then as soon as Leatherface turns around to look, he'd be pushing the chainsaw onto his face. So yeah.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have a brain, but it's still smarter than Leatherface.
Oh, it outsmarts half the kids in the academy on Wednesday. So yeah.
Yeah.
But which way you want to go there, Phil? Is Thing moving on, or are you going to
No spoilers. I haven't seen season 2 yet.
Yeah, I think Leatherface went pretty far. He should be proud of himself. But Thing, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Leatherface was in the Final Four in the first one we did. That's me. Oh, Chansey and other horror lovers of my.
He does have
podcast.
tremendous powers of persuasion. He probably affected other votes as well, I'm sure.
Oh, Chansey and his damn votes, you know. But and Pamela agrees, Thing, and she's very happy that Thing won. But I guess Harley, which way would you have gone?
The Thing.
It's Thing, not a Thing. The Thing got eliminated in the first round, thank God. But I will throw one to Leatherface for Chansey. I wasn't going to do it if it didn't need it, but it needs it. So Leatherface will get one vote because dog will hunt. That's all I'll say is dog will hunt. But
Dog will hunt.
Thing moves into the semifinals to face one of these two. And this one's going to get started off by Lisa. Is it number 78, Trolls from Scandinavian Folklore versus number 93, Gamera from Godzilla?
Trolls as a whole, I think they could beat the turtle.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hagrid could take the damn turtle on. He's only half troll, so
yeah,
or half giant, whatever you want to call it. But
yeah,
Phil, which way are you going to go?
I'm gonna, in these brackets, I usually try to pick some kind of thread, and for me, it's anything that's in Godzilla's universe. So I'm gonna go with Gamera.
And Harley?
Gamera.
And I'm going to throw it to the Trolls. One, because I love trolls in all mythologies. They're always interesting villains. And two, because John's the tiebreaker then.
I am, aren't I? All right. Well, I agree that the trolls can take down a gigantic turtle. So, yeah, trolls it is.
Which means, pretty sure all the Godzilla creatures are out of this part. Though, I will say in part 3 tomorrow, I'm pretty sure pretty sure Godzilla is in the top 10, if not the top 5 of this whole thing. So, Mr. Godzilla will be making an appearance tomorrow, as well as I'm pretty sure Mr. King Kong. So, the Godzilla verse will be well represented tomorrow. But that means Thing will face the Trolls in the semifinals. But the other side of the quarterfinals is going to get started off by Harley. Wait a minute. No. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Start off by Phil. And it's going to be number 81, Elves from Norse mythology versus number 83, Doomsday from the DC universe.
Well, just for sheer badassery, Doomsday.
I mean, Harley?
Doomsday.
I
little boy
love both. I love both these. So I'm gonna throw one to elves just to keep it interesting because elves are incredible creatures. They really are. Dark elves, light elves, whatever you want to call them. They're incredible. But which way do you want to go, John? You gonna tie it up for Lisa, or are you gonna give it to Doomsday?
Yeah. Gotta stick with that comic book nerd, Doomsday.
I knew you were going to. That's why I gave it to Elves, just for fuck with it. But Lisa, which way would you have gone?
Doomsday.
Oh, damn. I did not see Lisa's comic book just coming through, but
So it's a landslide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually collected comic books for a while.
Well, shit. That's something I did not know, and I'm happy I know now. As we get into the 90s,
comics.
as we get into the 90s in rotisserie cinema in the next 2 years or so, I'll have to pick my comic book movies. But that means the final matchup in the quarterfinals gets started off by Harley, and it's number 99, Goblins from Labyrinth, versus number 100, Black Eyed Kids.
I'm gonna have to go with Black Eyed Kids.
Yeah.
And I'm going to agree because I've never seen Labyrinth, and Black Eyed Kids are badass. But, John, are Black Eyed Kids moving on?
They sure are.
And see, this is what happens when you have paranormal people on the podcast, actually. But Black Eyed Kids do move on. But, Lisa, which way would you have went?
Them creepy little kids.
I got a couple of those sleeping right now. But, Phil?
You think they're sleeping?
Yeah.
They're freaking sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it would have Black Eyed. Could you imagine Halloween opening the door and like 4 or 5
bunch of
Black Eyed
black-eyed
kids
kids.
standing there with the bag
Yeah.
open?
With the white hair.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nope.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I just hand them
And-
the bowl and close the door.
And that means that the semifinals are going to get started, and holy fuck, these Final Four are going to be hard to choose from. And luckily, I don't have to choose, though. Oh, fuck, I do. I start the first one. And it's number 75, Thing from Addams Family, versus number 78, Trolls from Scandinavian Folklore. And I'm sorry, but this is where I draw the line voting for Thing. It's fucking Trolls. So, I got to go with Trolls. But, John, how about you?
Yeah, this one's tough. I don't see Thing taking down a whole bunch of trolls. He can take down a couple probably, but not most of them. So Trolls.
I mean, if like 10 trolls are up on top of hand, I'm pretty sure the hand's gonna be broken eventually. But
yeah.
Lisa, which way do you want to go?
I don't necessarily want the trolls to win, but I'm going to have to go trolls.
Which means they do win. And Phil, which way would you have gone for dexterity purposes?
Well, I don't want Thing to know that I didn't vote for him. So I'll go with Thing.
And which way would you have gone, Harley?
The Trolls.
Which means the trolls do move on 4-1. But we haven't seen the last of Thing just yet in this, but we'll get to him in a minute. Because the other
One thing
side
I
of
will
me
say about
follows.
Trolls is it's double entendre. It has a whole new meaning as of the last 15 years or so, and it's just
True.
as horrifying. Just as
I mean,
horrifying.
The trolls on the internet are a little more horrifying if you ask me, but that means that John gets to start off the final semifinals matchup, and it's number 83, Doomsday from the DC Universe versus number 100, Black Eyed Kids.
Ooh.
Paranormal versus comic books, dude. This is our two worlds colliding.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Yeah, that one's tough. Those kids, I think they could take them down eventually. They wear them out. Black Eyed Kids.
Yeah.
And Lisa, Black Eyed Kids or Doomsday?
Black Eyed Kids. They got mind control.
I mean, yeah, and I don't think Doomsday has much of a mind to begin with, really. So, but he's no dark side. But Phil, Oh,
I don't
Phil walked up.
think anything is scarier than kids to begin with, much less
Mhm.
black-eyed kids. So
Okay.
black-eyed kids.
And Black Eyed Kids get pushed into the finals. Geez, both our semifinal matchups were pretty easy to get through. But
That's a pretty
which
baby.
way?
Yeah,
Which way would you have gone, Harley?
that's a big boy.
Black
Look at
eyed kids.
That's a girl, hun.
that. Yeah. Oh, the pink.
Yeah, unless he's a cross-dresser.
And I'll throw one to Doomsday just for shits and giggles because I have to throw one. I have to give pity vote to this thing. I have to. And that means we're in the finals, folks, in the final four. And we'll do the third and fourth place matchup first, just for fun. And it's going to get started off by Lisa. The third and fourth place matchup is number 75, Thing from the Addams Family versus number 83, Doomsday from the DC Universe.
I don't know enough about Doomsday to know his real powers. I didn't read a lot of DC, so at least not that, I wasn't a Superman girl. I'm going to go with the Thing. The Thing.
And Phil, is it Thing or Doomsday?
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
That's rough. I mean, that's why these rounds are really tough. This last one. Are
you trying to be on the
camera? I'm a good Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thing. Yep.
And Harley, is it Thing or Doomsday?
Oh,
you got your pussy on you.
The Thing.
And that means that Thing does win third place. He'd be very happy about that.
Fitz Darcy.
Fitz Darcy.
Darcy.
His name's Fitz Darcy. From Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, it is a boy?
Look, I was right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just teasing him.
He's a big boy.
This is my little girl, Nettle. She's just now 2.
Oh. And apparently Rosie's saying you have a beautiful kitty, Harley. And she can hear the purr miles away. And, I mean, yeah. Can too. But
yeah,
that means that Thing is in third place. I'm going to give a vote to Doomsday. But, John, which way would you have gone?
Hey, go jump down. Thank you.
I think Thing could probably take Doomsday down again, just kind of wearing him out, but it would take too long. So Doomsday.
Which means Doomsday gets a couple votes at least, and a 3-2 for third and fourth place. Now the finals get started off by Phil. And it's the finals for this one are number 78, Trolls from Scandinavian Folklore, versus number 100, Black Eyed Kids.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hang with Black Eyed Kids.
Yeah. And Harley.
I'm gonna go with Black Eyed Kids because they're some creepy little kids.
Right.
yeah.
They are, but I'm gonna throw in a Trolls because I'm a mythology lover, and Trolls are a huge part of mythology. But John, are you going to tie it up for Lisa, or are you going to give it to Black Eyed Kids?
Black Eyed Kids are taking it away.
Which means Black Eyed Kids do 100% win first place in this. But which way would you have gone, Lisa, just for dexterity and all that purposes?
I've never had a Trolls nightmare. I have had a Black Eyed Kids nightmare.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, folks, in a much better result than the first. Okay, well, just so for dexterity purposes here, in the original bracket we did this on Global Strangeness, Cookie Monster took first place, Satyrs took second place, Leatherface took third place, and Flying Monkeys took fourth place. But on this version of it, our first place is Black Eyed Kids, our second place is Trolls, our third place is Thing from the Addams Family, And our fourth place is Doomsday from the DC universe. This has been a fun.
That's
Yeah.
a good result.
That's good,
I think.
solid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jeremy.
And there's not. Oh no, it's all good because I am so happy because it's 4 completely different options from the first bracket, which is why I love doing this. And this bracket is available as well as the second part for 1-on-1s, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, or whoever wants to do it. So I mean, I'm pretty booked out at this point, so it wouldn't be till like March at least, but we'll see. And I have had so much fun doing this tonight. So great to bring brackets back to Paranormal Normal again, besides 1-on-1s. But that's the end of this one. We'll be back maybe next month, most likely March for part 2 of this one, because next month is the 80s Aliens movie bracket on Paranormal Normal, which I've been watching. I've been watching movies for it like crazy this last month, including Earth Girls Are Easy for the first time ever, which was awesome. But we'll get to that next month in the middle of February, I'm thinking. So, but let's start. Harley, where can they find you?
You can find me every Sunday night on 8 Eastern Time on the Asylum with, Harley and Jeremy. And you can also find me on the Mod Squad Network. And we go live every Saturday night at 8 Eastern. And we have a horror show, a gaming show, and a movie show.
Yes, catch my Harley on the Asylum with Harley Quinn and the Joker every Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Where can they find you, John?
All right. Well, they can find me and my most amazing co-host, Ashley, anywhere they listen to any podcast. We're on Spotify, Amazon, all those good things. And if you really want to, you can find us at 300podcast.com. And we've got information about our guests that have been on the show, merch as well. So, yeah, check us out. And Jeremy's been on there before. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I was a guest on there, which seems like many centuries ago, but it was only like a year and a half ago. It was only a year and a half ago, but it seems like centuries ago. Around the same time that you could find the release for John and Ashley on my podcast. But Lisa and Phil, where can they find you guys in your amazing podcast?
You can find us. Philip says it's the hardest podcast to find ever, but it's Pod on pretty much all of the streamings and the nets. And I don't know. Do we have TikTok? I don't think so. We do? Okay.
Pod.
Pod. Just Pod. I don't think we have the .com anymore. Something happened there. I don't know. Philip had an argument with them. Yeah, that's pretty much where you can find us. That and our living room.
Yes, and be sure to check out me on a lot of their episodes, including all the Rotisserie Cinema episodes that we do, which are fun as hell. But you
are you on the 1986s?
Yes,
I gave my movie this morning, so yes, I am.
Cool.
But
cool.
Invaders from Mars.
Yeah,
a newly found favorite of mine. So I had to bring it because as soon as I saw it, and I saw the year, I was like, oh, I know I'm bringing this fucking Rotisserie Cinema. But because it's one of the best alien movies in the 80s. But
yeah,
you of course all know where you can find your fearless leader here. If you don't, shame on your house and shame on your cow. But check the outro. You'll see where you can find me. I don't like saying it every time on this show because I don't have to because it's my show. So you could see where you can find me in that. And like I said, next month 80s aliens movies bracket, and then either next month at the end or March we'll do part 2 of this bracket because we have to. And part 2 is it gets harder as it goes. I can't control it, people. I can't control it. But Paranormal Normal, thanks you for watching and listening, and I will see you all in a couple days for another paranormal interview. Until then,
for having us.
Have a good night.
Great to meet everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Harley, have you ever turned on Cat TV and just let it run?